Good morning, everyone. Today I want to go over just a little trick that I have learned over the past couple of years, and that's using contour. And contour sometimes is one of the most misunderstood tools that you have within Design Space. So I'm going to take you on a little journey inside of Design Space, and we're going to create some color using contour, and we're going to use that exact same image that you see here on the screen. So over here in Design Space, I've created some color using this particular design. So I'm going to start by just getting rid of this right off my screen. I'm going to add my grid lines, and that's by coming up here. Just add grid lines, and that's just so I can place things. It's a lot easier. In order to start this, we're going to go over to the images on this side. I have Cricut access, but you can pick any image you want. I just wanted to use this one as an example. It's from MK Designs. Now, if you don't have access, I do believe there's a 99-cent charge for it. But use this particular one to show you how to add some color. So I'm going to add that to the canvas. Now if I click on contour now, it's going to hide exactly what I'm seeing here. So what I want to do is I'm just going to bring this down a bit. Actually, see if I can get it over here. And before I contour anything, I'm going to make a copy. I'm going to hold down my Alt key, and you'll see a little plus sign happens with my arrow here. And then I'm just going to drag a copy over onto the side, just so I can barely see it, just so I can grab it again. The reason I make a copy is because we're going to use this several different times, and we're going to use the copy. So let's start by clicking on it, and then over here you'll see the contour button is highlighted. Well, it is showing, it's visible. I'm going to click on contour. Now you see how it's hidden behind the contour screen here? Well, that's not going to work too well for us, so I'm just going to click away from that. And I'm going to drag this down over here. And that's because I need to see what's going on at the top. Now, if I lose the bottom part of it here, no worries. So let's click on contour again. Now I can see my entire design. Now the first thing we want to do is hide all contours. And that's exactly what we're going to do. And the only thing we're going to see is the vase itself, which is fine because that's the first thing that we want to do. I'm just going to click the X here, and I end up with the vase itself. Now I'm going to change the color of the vase, and we can make it a nice, light yellow color. Great. Do not move it. What we want to do now is take our example one over here, the extra. We're going to make a copy again. So we're going to move everything into a copy, and then we're going to place it as close as possible where that vase is. I'm going to make sure it's clicked on, and I'm going to arrange it, and I'm going to bring it to the front so it goes over top. Now we're going to click on contour once again. I'm going to hide all contours, but this time I want to change the color of the bottom part here. So all I have to do is click on each one of these that I want to keep. Now it does take a little bit of clicking. You can use their little layers panel here, but they're all over the place, so it's not even. It's hard to find them. Now when you get more intricate designs, this becomes a little more difficult. So you get this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Now we've got those ones hidden. Okay, I'm going to turn this one off. And you can see the ones that we had selected. So what I did is I turned off the vase in behind. So let me just click on it. So now we see the black parts in the bottom of the vase that we can change. Okay, I'm going to click on the X. Now we have the black parts down here. So we can decide, what kind of design or what color do we want to have on the vase itself. I'm going to do just a nice little red. No, I don't like the red. Maybe a dark purple. That looks really nice. Okay, we are set for 2 of them. Now I'm going to come back over here again. I'm going to hold down my Alt key and I'm going to move it over back on top, just like that. Great. We're going to click on contour again. Now we're going to work on getting rid of a lot of the flowers, but we're only going to pick on a few. And the reason I do it over top now is because you need to know which flowers you have selected versus which ones you haven't. So let's pick on this big one in the bottom and let's get rid of that little hole in the middle. Okay, we've got one big one. Let's pick on this one over here and get rid of the hole. So I'm just picking these at random, and these will be one color flower, and maybe this one up here. And you'll see the reason why I'm picking on them differently here. And of course I want to get rid of the bottom again. So I'm going to click on that. So now I just have the 4 flowers. I'm going to click on the X, and then I'm going to change that color, and I'm going to change it to red. Perfect. So now we have red flowers, we have a yellow vase, we have a purplish color. Now we need to add more flowers. So I'm going to grab this, hold the Alt key down, going to drag it over top again as close as possible. Great. I'm going to click on contour. I'm going to hide all contours again. So now you can see the ones we've selected. So now I can go through and I can pick on different ones. So I'm clicking on the flower, then the inside. Do I have this one? No. And the inside. So it looks like we have not this one. It gets a little more complicated as we go through. If I happen to accidentally select it, it will go over top, as you can see. So if I hit this once again just to show you, if I go there, you'll see that I'm over top, so I don't need to select that one again. So maybe this one. Have to make sure you get the little holes in it. And this one. And maybe this one over here. Get that hole. Okay, that looks great. I'm going to click on the X. Oh, I've got to go back to the contour because I forgot one little thing here. I forgot to remove the bottom piece. All right, so now we have, oh, I picked one on top. So look at this. We can go back to contour. So I can get rid of that one, and I better get rid of that one. We don't want the one on top, we want the one beside it. Just go here, and then click on this one. Great. Okay. So if you make a mistake, you can always go back. Now these are black. I don't want them black. Let's have some nice blue flowers. Perfect. All right, let's go back over here. Let's drag one more. Put it over top, go back to contour, hide all contours. Now we have some extra flowers that we haven't picked on, so we're going to have to find those. There's one. I think there's one right below it. There's one in the middle. And I think this one. And I think we have all the flowers at this point. Looks like it. Get rid of the bottom. And there we go. I'm going to click on the X. And let's make some nice, let's see, orange, green, blue. Let's make purple flowers. There we go. Now we have the whole thing organized together. Let me just grab everything here and just move it up. And as you can see, we now have a floral arrangement that is of many different colors, and now when you go to cut it in the vinyl, you're going to have many different pieces in order to fit those together. And it is an absolute perfect way to add color just using our contour button. So any questions? Great. All right, I will see you at our tips next week.